Obviously, huge signing for the club, huge signing for the city of LA. Couldn't have gotten a better footballer, but also a better person. He came in, just a couple of days ago and was just watching his phone, counting down to see if he could get his visa in time to come on this trip. And a lot of these DP players, they come in and they're like, I'll play when I'm ready, or I'll play when it's time. And he was just immediately pushing to get here, to get on the trip, to be with the guys. Like you've seen the videos that have come out. He's going all around LA for the last 5 days. The guy hasn't slept. He hasn't eaten. He's done. He's just getting, because the city's so excited, right? They're already asking him to throw out the first pitch. They're already asking him to throw the jump ball for the NBA. They want him doing everything already. And then he still is trying to come on this trip, be a part of the team, be a part of the minutes. And it shows that the club goes after not only good footballers, but good people that want to help this club become the best. So really excited about having him, and couldn't speak more highly of the last couple of days we've had him. Yeah.
Alex Calabrese from MLSsoccer.com. Ryan, there's a very select number of players who come to MLS and they bring a whole craze with them: Messi, Zlatan, Beckham, etc. What was it like being a part of that here in Chicago with Son and all the support that he got today?
Yeah, it was amazing. At first, I was like, I think they're here for me or Sergi Palencia. But no, it's amazing. Obviously, his following is worldwide, and there's a reason for it. He's phenomenal. You saw him come in 20, 30 minutes and change the game for us and offer something different than what we had in the first 60 minutes, and that's why we brought him in, because he's still performing at the highest level. I also just see why people love him. The guy is so humble. He's immediately joking, part of the banter, in with the guys, and it takes a special personality to be able to do that. It was fun playing in a Chicago stadium that was full and loud and rowdy. It's been a while since that's happened for me. I've been in the league for a long time, and this stadium doesn't usually look like that, so it's good for the league. It's good for Chicago. It's good for, I think it's good for football here.
Hey Steve, Baltimore from The Athletic.
Hi.
We learned last night around 10 p.m. that Sonny was eligible to play. How well did you know he was going to play? How much did you plan for it? How were the discussions with him of whether he was ready to play? And how pleased were you with what you saw?
It's just communication. As soon as he arrived, and we got news that his visa was approved and filed, he's eligible to play, and we obviously make plans for that case, and have plans if it didn't happen. So we were ready either way. That's our jobs, to be prepared, and explaining how we play to a player of his level doesn't take very long, and he's incredibly intelligent and obviously talented, and both technical and physical side of the ball of his game. And so it's easy for a player like that to be integrated. And on top of that, extremely charismatic, well-liked. And I think an away game and a trip with the boys was exactly what we needed to get this started.
Alex Calabrese from MLSsoccer.com. Coach, I want you to tell me a little bit about the big moment of the game where Son gets in behind, wins the penalty, and if that's something that we can expect to see more of in the games coming.
Look, the entire play was a transition from Chicago. I think it started with Denis and Sonny losing the ball in a bad spot, and then transition from Chicago, the ball off the post, and then to a midfielder, then to Ordaz, and then to Sonny. This is not something we draw up on the tactical board by any means. That's the game. That's why fans come to the stadium, and I thought tonight was a very exciting match, MLS match. I thought it was a great atmosphere here, and both teams tried to win the game, and I think that's what we all want to see. And we came up a little bit short tonight. I think if we are able to finish our chances and take a lead, then I think we do win this game tonight. But that's an area of the field we've been struggling with all season, and bringing Sonny in is going to help alleviate that.
Coach Derek with the Korea Daily. There were many Korean American fans today, and based on your experience today, how will you utilize Son in the future games?
as much as possible. The position he played today is a 9, but the way we attack is pretty free-flowing and fluid, and our 3 attackers can really play all 3 positions. And we prefer to attack spaces as opposed to having the ball at our feet and be static in the way we attack. And Sonny, Nate, and Denis, and David, and possibly more to come, are all very dangerous at that. And so I think when we do get settled and when we do find a little more rhythm with Sonny and the other players, then we can be very dangerous.
Did Sonny play as well as you expected today?
Yeah, look, with us for one day, and he's in the middle of preseason still, and so he looked physically fit. He looked explosive, and obviously his intelligence we've seen for many years now out in the field in the EPL for Tottenham. And tonight he shared a little bit of that with us.
Hey, Jim Alexander, 3 Talker. Coach, do you foresee, we saw Sonny start setting up Danny and the guys, do you sort of foresee that role too, not only as a goal scorer, but also someone that can set up some of the other strikers and wingers on the team? That connection with him and Danny potentially.
Of course, this is football, and there's 10 field players out there plus a goalkeeper playing together to try to win a game. If you look at his record and his career, he's also a facilitator. He's not just a finisher, and we intend to use all of his talents and skill.
Steve, just as far as what you saw from Son from the almost 40 minutes and having not had a chance to train with him yet, it seems like it's going to move pretty seamlessly, with the group and the way that they float. So, how are you seeing the players around him elevating themselves if they are, and how do you see him making everybody else better? Because clearly his talent is obvious to see.
Yeah, more of what we saw tonight, and I think just integrating some of those moments into training and making those become his natural behaviors and habits a part of our model. And that takes time. And we now have, 3 full weeks of training that we can do that. And I'm really looking forward to that. As far as the reaction from the group was obviously very positive. Something like that is motivating. It gives us energy. And his demeanor and his character, lights up a room. And that for a team environment can be potent and very important. And for us, our seasons the last 3 years have been very grueling. And I think I mentioned it in the pregame. We've had 26 of their 34 games we've played, or 35. 26 of those been in a congested period, 27 tonight, which is basically there's 3 or 4 games in a span of 9 to 10 days, 12 days, which is pretty crazy. And that takes a toll. And so adding Sonny and adding some energy and possibly 1 or 2 more players in this window can give us a little boost that we'll need to finish the season out on top.